This is not your standard breakfast show with Andy Curtis.
That's a Korean band, apparently, called 50/50. I'd never heard of them before I heard that song, but that's quite cool. It's called Cupid. It's 8:36. It's not your standard breakfast show. Our guests today are Peter and Audrey Barnes, who are going to basically give up their lives in Macau and move to Huahin. Peter, good morning. Audrey, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to ask you is, why Thailand? Obviously, Audrey, you're Singaporean.
Yes.
Peter, you're Australian. Yes. So you've got a lot of choices of places that perhaps you could move to for your retirement or for your, let's say, early retirement, because you're both very young, obviously. Why Thailand, Peter?
Well, actually, I'm Australian, but I've lived all my life in Asia. I mean, I left Australia when I was 7 years of age. My whole family sort of emigrated to Hong Kong. So, I've lived in Asia all my life. Asia's my life. We've always loved Thailand. We've come to Phuket. I've run half marathons in Phuket. So, we love Thailand. And Hua Hin is just another place we thought of as well to come and retire to.
Right.
But I'm Australian. Audrey, my wife, is Singaporean, and really, we wanted to retire in Asia. We didn't want to retire in Australia. Thought it was too expensive. Same with
Is that like saying you don't want to retire in to your home country, basically?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
It's too expensive.
Right.
Australia and Singapore is so expensive to live in.
Okay. And Huahin specifically, rather than Pattaya, Phuket, Chiang Mai, there's lots of choices of places for foreigners to move to.
Well, my elder sister Fiona, she and her husband bought a place in Phuket, in Laguna Phuket, but that was like, I think, more than 14 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
It's a beautiful place. We actually did take a look in Phuket.
It is beautiful, yeah.
But we fell in love with Huahin.
And Hua Hin's half the price.
Well, that obviously helps. Let's talk some more in a moment. Coffee is arriving, so you'll be able to have a little beverage. Our guests today are Peter and Audrey Barnes, who are going to be new residents of Huahin very soon. Let's play some more music back in a moment. You mentioned that you chose Huahin over your home countries, Australia and Singapore, respectively, or Hong Kong, basically. You both lived in Hong Kong for a long time. Why not stay in Hong Kong rather than moving out of Hong Kong? Is it the same for the financial reasons?
Yeah, again, Hong Kong's very expensive to retire to. We have a place in Hong Kong that we're renting out, but it's not big enough to retire in. It's just a little cubbyhole.
Right. But this is the thing, isn't it? In Hong Kong, most of the apartments, unless you've got squillions and literally squillions and squillions of dollars, apartments in Hong Kong are very small.
Yes. Yeah.
And so was that also part of the decision to come here, because you got a house with a garden and a pool and all that, rather than
and
the
the value for money and quality living, right?
Yes, you can never have that in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't.
Not on our budget.
No.
But for the last few years, you've been based in Macau, is that right?
Yeah, not a few years, 16 years.
Oh, 16 years, because Peter, you work in Macau, yes?
Yes, I work for one of the American casinos. Yeah.
Right, and do you own your house there, or is that part of the deal?
No, renting
your work.
that. Yeah. It's
Okay.
The company pays me rent.
So how long have you been coming to Huahin for holidays and things? Is that
Our very first trip here was actually in 2018.
okay?
And we had someone drive us around, take a look at the place, and we liked it. But we came back a year later
Right.
and just fell in love with it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You heard an advert for property on Surf Radio, and you made your decision about buying a property here based on that. Is that correct?
I think we did,
Yes.
but also there was a recommendation from a friend of mine in Hong Kong who'd already bought property here and started to live here, and she really loved living in Hua Hin and said, hey, look, have you considered Hua Hin? And we hadn't considered it until we heard that ad and that she made the recommendation.
Yes.
So we drove the 3-4 hours from Bangkok down here
Yes.
to have a look, and we instantly fell in love with the place. We love the beach. We love the whole city. It's small, 65,000 people. It's not overrun like Pattaya and Phuket, and we just loved it. And when we saw this villa, when we were showing this villa up in Hin Lek Phai, we just fell in love with it and bought it, 5 years ago? Before COVID?
Yes, before COVID. We bought it before COVID.
Back to 1985, the Mary Jane Girls in My House, which is today's 80s at 8 on Not Your Standard Breakfast Show, 8:54. Our guests today are Peter and Audrey Barnes, new residents, or soon-to-be new residents, in Huahin. We were chatting just before the break about the drive from the airport to Huahin. It's kind of, 3 to 4 hours, depending on how slow the driver is. Audrey, was that an issue for you?
I don't think the 3-hour drive is that difficult. having traveled so extensively throughout my life, but maybe for someone else it might be an issue. I just find that Huahin being not as accessible as Phuket or Chiang Mai, that was a draw factor.
So it makes it more appealing to you, the
To
fact
me.
that it's more difficult for
Yes.
anyone to come.
Yes.
Do you find the same thing, Peter? I mean, obviously, lots of people are going to Pattaya, they're going to Chiang Mai because and Phuket because there are direct flights. Is it an issue for you, Huahin, being away from the airport?
Again, I don't think it's an issue, because once you arrive here, it's just magic. I mean, you were just looking at the beach out here. It's beautiful, right? The waves are coming in. You can hear the birds and everything, and it's just so peaceful here. It's just so different to Phuket and Pattaya and Bangkok. And I think everything that you see here overrides that journey down from Bangkok.
Sure.
Because once you arrive here, you just fall in love with the place and the people. The Thai people, the Farangs here, all very friendly. It's just an easy place to get around. It's not a difficult place to navigate. And it's just very pleasant here.
Sure. And this is Surf Radio Huahin, #1 in Huahin for radio. And obviously, Peter and Audrey, our guests today, you've obviously decided that Surf Radio is your favourite radio station.
But of course,
sure.
Andy.
For sure.
Don't listen to anything else.
There he said, fishing for compliments for the radio show. Right, so moving to Huahin, this is a big deal. Have you packed up all of your stuff in containers and had them sent over yet, or you have that to look forward to?
No, that's going to be in June. I finish the end of May.
Okay.
So that we'll pack up everything in early June and send it all down. And at the end of June also we're going to see my grandson. Oh, I shouldn't mention this because it's a secret.
Yeah.
He's got a little soccer tournament in Barcelona.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're going to try and surprise him there in Barcelona. He's a good little soccer player.
All
so
right.
we're going to go to Barcelona and then come back after that. So I think from July onwards we'll be here permanent.
Have you considered what you're going to do once you're here permanently? Have you actually considered the first thing you're going to do when you finally get here and say, okay, now we live here? Has that kind of sunk in yet?
I have been thinking about that a lot, especially the fact that I'm going to have to deal with him 24/7. But
Come on.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Peter, what about you?
And I think we're right. I mean, initially we thought about doing some vlogging with a GoPro on our scooter. We just put some money down on a little scooter here, so we thought we'd do some vlogging, go down south. There's some beautiful beaches down south.
Yes, there are.
And go even further down to Koh Samui and Chompon, and even drive all the way down to Phuket to see our brother-in-law and my sister-in-law.
I think that's about a 9-hour drive,
Yeah,
if I'm
but
not
we-
mistaken.
I've already
already
planned
thought
it
about-
out. Really.
Yeah.
I've got
Wow.
plans for the whole year.
One of the things that I found most difficult, I've been in Huahin now for about 4 years, nearly 4 years. One of the things that I found most difficult is if you want to buy a piece of wood, or you want to buy tools or screws and nuts and bolts and nails and so on, I don't know where to go. I didn't know where to go.
I'm
Don't
not
worry
going
about
to
it.
let
Go to
him.
Mr. DIY. It solves all your issues. I love Mr. DIY. It's just down the road from us at Hinlek Vai. I love that place.
I'm not going to.
She won't get me out of it.
Yeah, I won't allow him to bang any nails in the wall. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that. Yeah. I buy all the tools, but
Yeah.
I don't do all the handiwork. She does all the handiwork. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not daunting to you at all.
Not at all.
Not to me. She does it. I buy the tools. She does all the hammering.
It sounds like you're not scared of sort of checking around and going wandering and go.
No, we love it.
Love it.
We love going to local markets. There's a lovely
Yes.
fresh fruit and vegetable market just down the road from us at Hinlek Vai. We already decided that's going to be our fresh fruit and vegetable market. We're not going to go to Lotus or all these other places. This is going to be our place where we buy our fresh vegetables.
Right. I mean, that's one of the beauties of Thailand is that such a vast array of fresh vegetables and fruit and so on. And obviously, again, that's one of the things that could just kind of click over the decision-making process for anybody who's thinking of moving into Huahin. Do you find that there are other benefits that you're going to have here that perhaps you don't have in Macau or Hong Kong?
Number one is the friendliness. The people here are so friendly. The other reason I would say is the food. Oh my God. The food is amazing.
And so reasonable, such great
So
value for money. I
reasonable.
mean, we were just talking to you off air. You know, we went to dinner the other night. You know, 2 of us, 4 dishes, nice big bottle of Leo, and the bill came to what, 700 baht.
yes.
You know, I mean, you can't get that in Australia and Hong Kong and Singapore. You just can't get
Sure,
it. You know?
sure. So it's basically standard of living and cost of living
Yes.
are probably the 2 main reasons for wanting to move here.
Quality of life. Definitely
life, yeah.
quality of life here.
And
Sure.
the people, I mean, it's just so easy. I mean, Audra's got an interesting story. She was sick, a little bit sick yesterday, had upset tummy, and she went to one of the chicken rice stalls and she said, I don't want chicken rice, but I just want a soup. Can you just give me a soup? And she just gave her the soup without paying. She said, no
wow.
need to pay.
Yes.
And
Okay.
we know
I
you're
was
sick.
blown away.
Yeah. And the lady wouldn't let her pay.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow,
So-
fantastic. Look, Peter, Audrey, thank you very much indeed for coming by today. It's been an early start for you guys, because obviously you're on holiday.
Yeah, it's
and
far too early.
You probably still have been in bed until 10 o'clock.
In the pool.
In the pool.
Or in the pool.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you very much indeed. Good luck with the full-on move, and we'll see you very soon. Peter,
Thank you.
Audrey, thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you
Thanks
so
for
much,
inviting us.
Andy.
Thank you.